right, there we go. Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone's well. What is it? Wednesday? Tuesday. Sure. See, I'm losing a day. So we're still early in the week. Everyone's still fighting, right? You haven't given up. You've still got lots of week ahead of you. So good evening to everyone who's tuned in on live stream around the country. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending about 45 minutes with you as we go through what we call our business introductory presentation, or our introduction presentation. After the presentation, you're welcome to come speak to me, ask me any questions that you might have. All right, ready to begin? Good. All right. So, as you can see, we're a division of a company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. So, we're part of Constantia. Constantia has been around for a very long time, even though you might not know the name or the brand because they've never typically advertised or marketed to the general public. We're a business that has been around since 1952, so we're nearly 70 years old. We've been performing very successfully in the financial, specifically in the insurance space in South Africa for a very long time. But for the first time through this little division called DuePoint, and we're now going to be approaching members of the public. So you'll become a lot more familiar with this brand. We don't share offices with Constantia, but they're just down the road here in Randburg in Johannesburg. The financial services provider license number that we operate under is that one over there. That's very important. That's so that you know that we are regulated by the Financial Services Board, or what they call themselves today, the FSCA. We've got a number of licenses with them. So we've got a long and short-term insurance license. We've got an investment license as well as that FSP license. You can go look at those licenses. They're on display outside in our foyer above the water cooler. You can go scrutinize it, put your glasses on, take a good look at those licenses, make sure they're legitimate. You can check our licenses on our website. And you can also go to the FSCA website and just type in Constantia and it'll list all the licenses that we have there. The senior members of staff here at DuePoint are these people up on screen. So the first three individuals are registered chartered accountants. They look after all the very boring things in our business, like accounting, auditing, regulatory stuff, but fairly important aspects of our business. Brendan is our senior executive. He heads up this division. He's got a lot of experience in financial services, particularly in insurance. He was the chief operating officer of Prime Meridian Direct, or PMD. I'm sure you know PMD because PMD do advertising constantly on every platform out there. And they're now the fourth biggest short-term insurer in the country. So Brendan built up that business. And he's got some wonderful financial pedigree and success in the industry. Very lucky to have him heading up the division. Myself and Jane were the two non-accountants. Jane is very experienced in direct marketing and direct sales, referral marketing, that type of thing, network marketing. She's been doing it pretty much all her career. She's from the UK, so she brings some wonderful international experience to our business, because even though we're an insurance company, the growth that we rely on in this business is dependent on the network marketing channel that we've adopted here at DuePoint. And so Jane's experience is very important for us to grow in our business. And then myself, I've been working in advertising for about 25 years, particularly in design and branding. I ran my own digital agency for about 15 years, fairly successfully. I'll say that because we never retrenched anyone in 15 years. We paid everyone's salaries successfully. But I left the business nonetheless to join this team here at DuePoint. So the mandate of staff, the focus of the staff here at DuePoint is not so much on operations of our business. It's more on how we support people that join us in this business. We're in a very fortunate position. We've invested a lot of money in technology and the platforms here at DuePoint that take care of operations all on its own. The business runs on its own. And that allows us to focus on helping people that join us here at DuePoint, because the people that we rely on for our growth, we want you to be profitable in this business. We want you to be effective in this business. And so we do everything to support you so that you can achieve those two things. And ultimately, we want people in our business to be happier because they've changed their circumstance, right? So now, if you join this business, you are certainly not alone. You just have to push into the support that is available for you. There is a lot of it. Very quickly, we look at the circumstance that we find ourselves in as South Africans in this country with regards to the economy, with regards to personal finance, with regards to debt, all negative things. I'm not going to go on too much about it because I trust anyone watching this presentation want to change their circumstance, unless you came here just for the free tea and coffee. right? It's not going to help, right? It's not going to help. The free tea and coffee might make you feel better for 2 minutes, but you're still going to get those debit orders at the end of the month, right? So we know there are things we have to fix, right, with regards to personal finance. The point of this presentation actually is for people to realize that there's an option that exists to help them take control over their income. Instead of waiting for the economy, waiting for their jobs, waiting for their bosses, waiting for the company they work for, waiting for the industry that you work in, you're going to wait forever. Those of you who think 2019 is going to be better than 2018, I've got a surprise for you. It's going to be the same, if not worse, right? So it's time that we start taking control of our income, and this is what this business is all about. We launched this division in February 2016 with a number of aspirations in mind. So we are not a business that just creates additional income for people. We're not just an income generating opportunity. The language that we speak here at DuePoint is about wealth creation. Now you might be thinking, well, what's the difference between generating income and wealth? There's a massive difference. Someone who just generates extra income is not necessarily wealthy. You can have someone down the road here driving a fancy car earning 250,000 Rand a month, but maybe they've just bonded a bigger house and they've financed a bigger car. They're not wealthy. Wealthy is about getting rid of your debt. It's about being debt-free. Wealthy is about ownership of assets. And when you join DuePoint, you're going to start understanding the language that we speak here. Because we don't want people just to create additional income for themselves. We want people to leverage that income so that they can start creating wealth for themselves. We want people to focus on this business for 5, 10, 20 years so that at the end of it, they can go, my family is now wealthy. Become one of the 1% in South Africa. That's what we strive. That's the ambitions that we have here at DuePoint. And you are free to follow us towards those ambitions, and you're free not to. You can do whatever you want with your money, right? But that's just the ethos that we have here at DuePoint. So how does this business work? As guests this evening, you have the opportunity to join DuePoint. When you join us, we refer to you as wealth engineers. That's what your title is, a wealth engineer. As a wealth engineer, you've got a single task, that is to go out and build what we call a channel of distribution, right? So I'll show you what a channel of distribution looks like. This is what you'll be focused on constantly. Channels of distribution, channels of distribution. We talk about it all the time because that's what you're focused on creating. How do you create a channel of distribution? You go out and you introduce other people to DuePoint. As simple as that. That's all you're tasked with. Going out and connecting other people to DuePoint. If you're successful in that process, and those people that you connect to DuePoint also become wealth engineers and product owners, well, that's you being successful at building a channel of distribution. And these are the benefits that you get to enjoy when you start doing that. Number one, you get to create an additional income stream for yourself, an extra salary, extra paycheck at the end of the month, like a bonus. Who would like 2 paychecks every single month? All of us, right? Me too. Please tell Brendan, somebody. But the nature of the income is very important because, again, I go back to my point about we are about wealth creation. And the biggest difference between different types of income is one type of income is what we call activity-based income, and the other type of income is recurring income. Some people refer to it as passive income or annuity income. In our day jobs, we create activity-based income, right? We got a mandate to work every month, and based on that employment contract, we get paid for the month that we work, right? It's never solutions-based. It's always, well, work the time and we'll pay you. The problem with that is if you can't work the time, you've got nothing to show for it, right? So if you become sick or disabled or for any reason you can't go to work next month, what happens at work if you can't go to work next month? Do you get paid at the end of that month? Maybe the boss gives you a little bit of grace. He says, okay, sort yourself out, right? And then in that time, you use up all your leave, all your sick leave. Every type of leave you got gets used up. So maybe he gives you 1 month's grace. And then you don't go to work in December again. Your job's over, right? Your income goes to 0. But if you focused on a business that creates recurring income, we pay you for the channel that you build, the asset that you build at DuePoint. We don't pay you for the activity at DuePoint. I'm going to show you lots of wealth engineers to prove my point. We don't pay you for activity. We pay you for the channel distribution that you build. That is an asset, and that asset pays you out. It's like owning a second house. Would everyone like to own a second house? Everyone's like, I just want to own a first house. I'm talking about wealth. We're going to own a second house. If you owned a second house, you can derive recurring income from that second house because you can rent it out, right? That's annuity income. Because even if you get sick next month, you're still renting the house out. The house didn't get sick. You got sick, right? And that's the power of recurring income. That's what you want to chase. Don't spend 45 years just working for somebody else. Start building assets that pay out recurring income. The power of duplication. This is your opportunity to go out and build a team that can increase your recurring income that much faster than you can do on your own. Everybody knows teamwork is way more effective and faster than doing something on your own. So you have the opportunity to go build a team around you that will increase your recurring income, build a bigger channel faster. Our business is flexi-time, just means the technology that we have on our mobile phones allows you to build your channel of distribution anywhere in the country at any time of the day. Right? There's no startup capital in our business. We've designed this business to be as low risk as possible, a very low barrier to entry. A low barrier to entry in typical business entrepreneurial terms means that it's easy to get into and it doesn't have a lot of risk. Low barrier to entry is great, right? Especially for you guys. It means this business is very accessible to almost every South African. The beauty of it is that you can consider doing DuePoint without risking losing anything. How many business opportunities out there say, oh no, you've got to pay $1,000 a month, or starting fees is $4,000, or the old Bitcoin scam, they recommended putting in 25,000. Right? All these numbers, these big numbers, I call them smash and grab businesses. Because they have to grab your money fast because they know you're not going to be around next month. You're going to realize, what did I just do? What did I just do? And then they're gone, right? Like the Bitcoin scam, the trader's gone. He's gone. Where did he go to? Show me, I want to go visit him. Me and my friends, we want to go visit him, right? Those are smash and grab businesses. We have enough confidence and faith in this business that we can make it very low risk, because what we're trying to do at DuePoint is develop long-term relationships. We want people to try this business, consider it, start building trust in our business, and that only happens with time, right? We're not a smash and grab business. We're a long-term business. No qualifications or experience requirements in our business. Again, makes it very accessible to everybody. You get to build an asset. This channel of distribution that you're building here at DuePoint, I keep referring to it as an asset, but it's an asset that you have ownership over. You own it. It means you can sell it one day. If you want to, keep it. It means it doesn't retire you. What happens when we work for somebody for 20, 30, 40 years and we get to 60, 65? What happens? Time's up. The boss comes to ask you what cake you like. And you're thinking, it's not my birthday month. What's going on? It's your retirement party, right? And then when you're retired, you go from earning an income 1 month to the next month 0. Over 90%, over 90% of South Africans can't afford retirement. They get to 65 going, please don't retire me. I can't afford it, right? But the state of our economy, my wife is a labor litigator for the biggest private employer in the country. They retire people because they have to, right? Because when the company is suffering, the first people you get rid of are the ones that are close to retirement. Because of a good reason. You can say, listen, you're 63, 64, take early retirement, right? So they give those people a package. 90% of people can't afford retirement. So those people are forced to go out and look for jobs again. They become a burden to their children, to their families, saying, you need to support me. We don't want to be one of those people. If you've built a channel of distribution that's created recurring income, DuePoint doesn't retire you. We will keep paying you through your 60s, through your 70s, through your 80s, through your 90s. And perhaps when you die one day, that asset value doesn't disappear. You seed it in your will. If it's producing money every single month, you will say in your will, I seed my DuePoint business to my children or to my spouse. And you get to actually pass your wealth on to the next generation. That's called legacy, right? When they put your photo on the mantelpiece to remember you because you left wealth behind. If you leave debt behind, they're not going to the printing shop for photos. That grandmother, that grandfather, they left debt behind, right? And again, that's over 50% of South Africans. Did you know that? 50% of South Africans can't afford to die. That's when they stop you at the gates of heaven. Tito Mboweni is waiting there for you saying, go back. you've got debt to pay. Right? That's a reality for a lot of us. And so, again, my point, why do we spend 40, 45 years depending on salary? 45 years we will do it, depending on salary, only to be retrenched, to be retired, with nothing to show for it after 45 years. Start sacrificing your spare time in building an asset now, before it's too late. All right? So building an asset, very important benefit. There's no selling involved in our business. You are not required to even speak about our products. This is a wonderful thing. So you don't have to go out and go sell insurance products or investment products. All you have to do is when you go connect someone, when you go tell someone about DuePoint, you are telling them about the business opportunity. Right? You're saying you want to earn money, you need money, come watch a presentation. 1 hour of your time, come look and see what you think. No pressure. It's yes or no. You can walk away afterwards, you can watch. That's all you're going to be doing is connecting people to the business opportunity. I will tell people about the product. You never talk about product, right? I'm the only one licensed. Me and Brendan are the only ones licensed to tell people about products. And because of our products are financial in nature, it means they're very convenient. We don't have stock and distribution issues. There's no boxes of product you're going home with today. If you become a DuePoint wealth engineer, that's convenient, right? Who likes to store boxes in the boot? Right? We don't even all have boots. Where are you going to put it? Right? If I say, oh, you're all going to buy 100 boxes today, what are you going to do? Right? And so the products are very convenient in themselves. But your success here at DuePoint is dependent on your ability to build a channel of distribution. This is what you have to do. So you're going to go out and tell some people about DuePoint. So in this example, you've got 5 people that decided to become a wealth engineer because you connected them to DuePoint. Right? They became wealth engineers and product owners. And now these 5 wealth engineers are going to go out and start connecting other people. Right? So they're going to hopefully help you build your channel of distribution. Make sure you can find people that help you, not people that are a burden. Right? My rule is if they don't have an email address, they don't know how to use a smartphone, they don't know how to use the internet, they don't have access to transport, those are not people that are going to help you. Those are the people that are going to send you, please call me's and please send me airtime people, right? This is a business decision. You can connect anybody. I'm not going to stop you from connecting anybody. You can connect anybody. You can go connect your gogo who doesn't know any of those things. But you have to make a business decision. Every time you connect somebody, you have to say to yourself, is this person going to be a burden to me or are they going to build? Many wealth engineers have come and they just connect anybody that they see. Anybody. And then they wonder why this whole business collapses every other month. Right? Bring strong people in, people who have resources to build a DuePoint channel, because that same behavior filters into the whole business. You want to build a strong, sustainable channel, so you can be one of the people that build long-term wealth. You don't want to have to nurse your channel constantly, right? You want it to be self-sufficient. So that is my tip. Make sure you connect strong people in at the beginning. A quick warning to everybody is that success, not only at DuePoint, in any aspect of life, success is not a straight line. It's not this linear line to success. Even if you're the hardest working person, it's still not a straight line. It's like this. It is bumpy, right? And so, if you want to be a professional, that's what it requires. Look at those beautiful toes over there. Be prepared for that. This is my warning to you, so that when you meet hardship in this business, you don't go, I thought this business was easy, I'm quitting, I'm going to go somewhere else. You go, this is the hardship that Rob was talking about. Because if you want to change your life, it can't be easy. Never, right? If you want to change your life, you know it's going to be difficult, it's going to be hard. There are going to be times where you don't want to do the business. You don't want to connect people. You don't want to listen to people's excuses. You don't want to listen to people saying no to you. But when you endure through that, I can tell you there will be success waiting for you. That is just a rule of business. It is a rule of life. There's no ways around it. There's no easy way to success. No one's going to be a millionaire by the end of the year. This is a lifetime of pushing hard. So that is my warning to everybody. No one walks out at this stage. So I'm assuming everyone's ready for the hard work. Right? Good. All right, so let's talk about our products. So I'm going to tell you about our 4 products we have at DuePoint. They're very simple, straightforward products. They are wonderfully innovative products with lots of value. They are built with wealth in mind. Our products are not arbitrary products. We're not selling milkshakes, or we're building stuff here at DuePoint that is focused around wealth. Always. So the products are either designed to create investment for you, they're designed to protect your asset value, right? Or they're designed to lower your cost of living expenses. So product number 1 is the investment product. It is called Access Wealth. It costs you 324 Rand a month, of which 100 Rand gets invested into a tax-free investment fund with Sanlam. It is an actively managed fund. You've got access to your investment at any stage. There's no notice period requirement or access delay period. You can withdraw your funds at any stage. It takes about 5 to 7 working days to do the transaction, but you've got access to it fairly quickly. And on top of the investment, we give you some insurance to the value of 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. So if you're killed in any form of accident, we'll pay out your beneficiaries 120,000 Rand on top of the investment. So this is Access Wealth, the investment product. The second product is Wealth Guard. Wealth Guard is insurance only. It is personal accident death cover. It costs you 249 Rand a month, and you get 1 million Rands worth of accidental death cover. Anyone over the age of 18 can take out this product. It doesn't matter what your health status is. It doesn't matter how old you are. Right? If you're used to any insurance, you know the older you get, the premium goes higher. If you say to them, oh, I'm diabetic, the premium goes up. Right? There's no discrimination with this product. You can be diabetic, you can be 60, you can have cancer, you can have heart problems. The premium is the same for everybody. And the amount of cover that you receive is the same for everybody. So this is Wealth Guard. Then we've got funeral cover for the whole family, Family Wealth. It's going to start at 299 Rand a month. It gives you 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. It covers up to 5 family members. It gives you 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection on top of that. So if you die, we will pay out 10,000 Rand of any liability that you have. And then you can increase your cover to 30,000 Rand if you would like, and up to 10 family members. And again, the beauty of this product is anyone can take it out. As long as you're over the age of 18, before you turn 70, you can take this product out, but we will cover you for your whole life. We don't say to you, lots of insurance companies, they say to you when you get to 17, no more insurance. This covers you until the day you die, right? So again, doesn't matter what your health status is, doesn't matter what your age is, the premium's the same for everybody. Again, beautifully accessible product in Family Wealth, our funeral cover product. And then finally, we've got Wealth Points. Wealth Points is not actually a financial product. It's a lifestyle benefits product. So it costs you 299 Rand a month. What we aim to do with this product is to reduce your cost of living. So think about all the money you spend every single month, habitually, right? We call it the cost of living expenses. We've tried to cover that broad spectrum of those items that you spend money with. So we've gone to a number of companies. We've negotiated discounts with these businesses that we pass on to our Wealth Points members. We've got data partners. We've got grocery partners. We've got online retailers. We've got Hershey's. We've got car manufacturers. So we've got a whole plethora of different suppliers. So for example, always on Wi-Fi data, instead of spending 100 Rand for a gig, they give us 36 Rand for a gig. ShopRite Checkers, 2% off your entire trolley as much as you want to shop at ShopRite Checkers. I know we spend a fortune on groceries. And we're adding new partners to this product all the time. So it's always evolving. If you want immediate benefit, you can start benefiting from this product immediately. Because the moment you take out Wealth Points, you get access to those discounts. So that is Wealth Points. Those are our 4 products. You're free to consider any one of these products. You can take out more than one of the products. You can change the products. You can cancel the products. No one's locked into anything. Like I said, we're confident in our business model. If you want to do DuePoint, you do it. If you don't want to do it, cancel, move on. All right? Full flexibility, very low risk. Very quickly, our business model, this just tells you where we get the money from. I haven't been asked this question in a long time, but people used to come up to me and say, where does DuePoint get all the money from? How can you pay all these people, buy cars, send them to Mauritius? Who's sponsoring DuePoint? All right? Very simply, the difference between us and another business is that we don't do any marketing or advertising. You take a company down the road like Prime Meridian Direct, PMD, they spend a fortune on marketing and advertising daily. Billboards, radio, television, newspapers, magazines, right? It's endless, online. They spend a fortune on marketing and advertising. We don't. We don't spend a cent on it, but we still take that portion of our budget And what we do is we reassign it to our wealth engineers, because our wealth engineers are the people going out and helping us grow our business. Right? And so there are two ways to earn here at DuePoint. It's through our rewards program and the returns program. See at the bottom there, returns and rewards. Right? We will discuss the rewards program later. What I want to discuss with you first is the returns program. The returns program is that recurring income you get to make every single month. This is the power of DuePoint, is in the returns program. We pay out a base return fee of R27.50 for every product you have in your channel. Remember the slide with all what your channel could look like, all the dots. Now imagine earning R27.50 for every single dot you saw on the screen every single month. Month on month on month, because it's recurring income. But it's dependent on where the product lies in relation to you. The closer the product to you, the more you earn. The further the product gets away from you, the less you earn. Right? So remember the first 5 people you introduced to DuePoint? Anyone you introduce to DuePoint always lands on what we call your first point. You don't put people on point 2, 3, or 4. You put people on point 1. And on point 1, you earn 55 Rand for every product every month. When your first pointers go out and connect other people and product owners to DuePoint, those products lie on your second point. And again, you earn 55 Rand for every product every month. So if you had 100 product owners all paying for their products on point 1 and 2, you'd be earning 5,500 Rand a month, right? And then as your channel grows, now the second pointers go out and connect other people, and your channel will grow and grow and grow and grow with time. The further the product gets away from you, the multiplier drops. At point 8, you're earning 4% of the R27.50, but we don't stop here at point 8. You can grow your channel beyond point 8 and keep earning 4% of the R27.50. There's no limit to the size of your channel at DuePoint. There's no limit to how much money you can earn at DuePoint. We don't have any limitations. There's no year modes. We don't reset you. Just grow and grow and grow and grow. You've got to have the patience to let your channel grow, because you only control your first point. Everyone else controls the rest of your channel. That's why I say it's so important to bring strong people on your first point so that you set the example for the rest of your business, right? We've got wealth engineers on point 30 already in their businesses. It's out there past the parking lot, right? With time. That's 2 years worth of work. People still want to know, how much money can you earn in this business? How quickly can I become a millionaire, for example? How quickly can I earn a certain amount of money? We all have different aspirations. So what we did was we built a projection over the next 5 years. So if you don't have a 5-year plan, I know no one's got a 5-year plan, right? Who does 5-year plans? I'm going to give you a 5-year plan, so you can take this one home with you. It is based on activity. The activity is 3 people in your first month, 2 people every other month. So you're going to connect 3 people onto your first point in November. December, you're going to connect another 2 people. January, another 2 people. February, another 2 people, right? So it's connecting almost 1 person every 2 weeks. If you can do that, you can expect these numbers. After 6 months, you'll be earning 2,500 Rand a month. Now you're thinking, is that worth my time? Is that a lot of money? Is it too little? Where's that smash and grab business? I must go look there. Right? This is a decision we make constantly. We always look at the value of money, and we make a decision in our heads going, is that a lot or is that a little? Is that worth my time? Is that 50 cents on the other side of the road there? Should I walk there? How long is it going to take to walk to pick up that money? Maybe I should just carry on walking, right? Similar to that. But I want to give you the understanding of what we're trying to achieve here at DuePoint, because at the beginning of the presentation I said we're trying to achieve wealth creation. And one of our first aspirations that we want to meet is to become debt-free, right? I assume everyone wants to become a homeowner. I know you want to become a homeowner, right? So here we've got an example of someone who wants to become a homeowner. Who's got R1 million in the bank waiting to buy a house cash? No one. Don't put your hand up. We'll all come running to you afterwards. So you go finance the house, right? That's the only way to buy a house. You've got to finance it. So here's someone, they went and financed R1 million. The bank gave them the R1 million and said, right, you're going to pay us back for the next 20 years. At Prime Plus 2, you must pay me back 11,500 Rand a month for 20 years. Then when you finish doing that, then I'll give you your deed papers to the house. Then you become a homeowner for the first time in your life. All right? But who wants to pay their house off in half the time? Why take 20 years? Pay it off faster. Is there value in paying your house off faster? Or should you just pay it off over 20 years and use the extra money to buy other stuff? in this example, if you joined our business and 6 months later you were earning 2,500 rand, and instead of spending the 2,500 rand, you decided to put it into your bond as an additional payment, you'll pay this R1,000,000 house off, or at least the R1,000,000 bond off, in 11.5 years instead of 20 years. You've just saved yourself 900,000 rand that the bank would have taken. That's how banks make their money. You're either on the bad side of compound interest, where you're financing the bank, or you're on the good side of compound interest and you're financing your wealth. People will spend an entire lifetime financing financial institutions and banks, and they will die with debt. But we can start aspiring to actually paying our debt off as quickly as possible. We can go, no, I'm not going to take 5 years to pay off a car. I'm not going to take the 2 years to hire purchase the fridge. I'm not going to take 20 years to pay off the house. I'm going to do it as quickly as possible. We're hoping that people will use DuePoint to leverage that position, to go, right, this extra money that I'm earning from DuePoint, I'm going to put it all into my debt so I can be debt-free as quickly as possible. Who would like to get to the end of the month and there's no debit orders coming off their bank account? Not one debit order, nothing. The bank doesn't send you any SMSs, maybe 2 SMSs, one for salary, one for DuePoint. And then your phone's quiet. Right? You know, at the end of the month, you see that they send you so many debit orders, they put 3 debit orders, 4 debit orders in one SMS nowadays. Right? Have you noticed that? Yeah. I don't want that. I don't want any SMSs from the bank. At 12 months, you're earning 9,000 rand a month. That's in excess of 100,000 rand a year from DuePoint. Imagine coming to DuePoint. This is a great time of the year because next month is December. December and January are expensive months, right? Imagine coming to DuePoint and you pick up a 100,000 rand check. Who's ever got a 100,000 rand check bonus like that? Never, right? That's reserved for executives and people working at big corporates, upper management, performance bonuses. What about us? I also want a big bonus. Someone must go speak to Brendan. I think he's still here. Go speak to him for me. Tell him, Rob's doing very good presentations. Have you considered giving him a bonus? Francina's laughing. She thinks I'm joking. You keep going. At month 24, you could be earning close to 30,000 rand a month. Right? If you've given your channel the chance to keep growing and you keep pushing your first point, you'll get to close to 30,000 rand after 2 years. Now you're earning nearly 400,000 rand over and above your day job salary. At 3 years, you're close to 50,000 rand a month. At 4 years, you're close to 70,000 a month. And 5 years from today, think about where you're going to be in 5 years' time. Think about where the economy is going to be in 5 years' time. I can tell you where the economy was. They had the budget speech last week. They projected South Africa's growth by 2021 to be just over 3%. Who would like their salaries to increase by 3% only in 3 years' time? That's what they've projected. Right? Are we going to sit around and just accept that? Or do we start taking control of our own income? 5 years from today, 2023. 2023, it's around the corner. An extra 1 million rand a year over and above your day job salary. Imagine coming to DuePoint in December and picking up a check with a 1 million rand written on it with your name above it and Brendan's signature on the check. We've got wealth engineers doing this. We're only 2.5 years old, but wealth engineers are on their way to this already. So every month we feature new wealth engineers. We've got Millicent, she's in the corner there, she's hiding away, she's trying to be inconspicuous. She's been in the business for 6 months. The value of her channel's close to 1,300 rand a month. You can see the size of her channel is 5 points. She's got 78 people in her channel. She introduced 28 herself. So you can see she didn't introduce the whole 78. She only introduced 28. But her channel grew to 78. That's leverage. That's power duplication. Get people to help you build your channels. It's much easier, right? 6 months in, Millicent reckons she was lazy for 4 months, and she said she's putting all of that into her bond. Still early days. 6 months is a flash in the pan. right? But we're very excited to see what happens with Millicent's channel because she's active. She's active, and that's all you can control, is how active am I? Don't worry about what the 78 are doing. Push yourself. You can't control the 78, but you can control yourself. And so if Millicent is active and she keeps pushing, 6 months, another 6 months' time, 12 months, maybe it's doubled. Maybe it's gone up. But she's given herself a 100% increase in a year, where the rest of the population's got 3% increase. Then we've got Lindo from KZN. He's been in the business for 4 months. The value of his channel sitting at nearly 4,000 every month. The size of his channel sitting at 7 points. He's introduced 44 people in the space of 4 months. And his channel's grown to 126 product owners in his channel. Right? So you can dictate how busy you want to be. He's extremely active. He's giving a presentation every single day at his offices, right? Then we've got Marsha and Rudolph. They've been in our business since day one, so they've been in the business for 2.5 years. The value of their channel, on average, is sitting at nearly 25,000 a month. So I think I try to calculate they are close to having earned nearly R1 million in 2.5 years from us. They've got nearly 1,800 products in their channel. They've got 17 points in their business. They've got 9 qualified first pointers, so that's 9 people on their first point that they introduced to the business personally that are earning money already. They've got a rank 9 in their business, right? So they've got someone who's earning over 20,000 Rand in their business. Think about that, right? That person introduced 1,000 people to their channel. That's the person you want to go find. Again, goes back to my point. Do you just let anyone in your business, or do you go look for good people, people that will thrive as wealth engineers in your business? So we've got thousands of people joining the business every single month. Everybody is different. Some of these people have even left. We don't even see them anymore, right? It doesn't matter. People will come, people will go. I don't care. I don't. I can't phone everybody in the morning and motivate you to do this. That's not my job. My job is to support you so that when you are motivated to change your life, you come looking to me for support, and I give you all the support that you need. That is my job. It is easy to look at what people are doing and go, oh, I wish I had that. That looks nice. I wish I had a nicer car. I wish I didn't have debt. I wish I was earning an extra R1 million a year. It's easy to want things. But always, what it always comes down to, it always comes down to who's actually willing to do the work. Who at the end of this presentation is going to go, yes, I want all these things, and I'm going to decide that I'm going to put in 2-3 hours a week into DuePoint. Tuesday nights is DuePoint night. From today, the rest of my life, every Tuesday night is DuePoint night. That's the practical consideration you have to make. That's the decision. Wanting, I want this, I want that is easy. In 2 seconds, I can think what I want. It doesn't count for anything. What counts is if I see that you're active every single week. Because it's not for me. We've got tens of thousands of people in this business. Your 324 Rand doesn't make a difference to me, right? The much bigger difference is what you can do for yourself. Because you can be one of the people, and it's a small percentage, unfortunately, that actually sticks around and carries on pushing. Instead of jump. Start at zero. Oh, it looks like it's better there. It looks like it's better there. It's constant. We see it constantly. I would love for every single person sitting in this audience to go, right, I actually make a commitment to doing this business for 5 years, at least, to see where it gets me. Because it's the people that endure are the ones that make a difference. You have to make that commitment, as scary as it might be, but I'm telling you it's worthwhile. And that's the decision we have to make. How are you going to fit DuePoint into your life? We're all busy. I appreciate the time you made just to come out this evening. I know we are all busy. But if we want to change our lives, we have to sacrifice some time, right? We can't spend 45 years working for someone else, building up someone else's dreams. What do they give us at the end? Nothing. They don't have to. Labor law says I only have to pay a salary. That's it, right? And give you 15 days of leave a year. That's all we have to do. Getting started, very straightforward. join DuePoint, you go onto our website, onto the mobile phone, click apply. 5 minutes later, you're a wealth engineer. We send you your unique wealth engineer number. You download the app. You start getting engaged. Go watch the training. The training will help you. It's like going to university. You want to become an engineer? You have to go to university. You can be an engineer without going to university, but your house will fall on top of you. Right? So go watch the training. It's for free. Go find somewhere where there's free Wi-Fi. There's free Wi-Fi here. There's free Wi-Fi at every Mug and Bean, every McDonald's, every Wimpy. Sit down, put your earphones in, watch some training. Set goals for yourself. This is where you're allowed to decide what you want, because that will help you develop a plan to get there. Right? So if you want 10,000 Rand a month, by this time next year, you know for the next 12 months you have to connect 2 or 3 people every single month, without fail, to get to 10,000 Rand a month. When you get to 10,000 Rand a month, you've just generated an extra 100,000 Rand for yourself a year. Think about that. It's 12 months away. That's so close you can smell it. Can you smell the money?
Yes.
Who likes to take their whole salary out the bank account, put it on the bed, and lie on the bed with the money? I've seen Twitter, some people doing that. 12 months away is close, right? But you have to keep yourself accountable to weekly engagement for 12 months. Prepare a plan. The plan is I need to connect 2 or 3 people a month. The start talking to people is how many people do I have to speak to get 2 or 3 to join? Because there's a difference there, right? Not everyone you speak to is going to join. So maybe you've got to speak to 10 a month to get 2 to join. The number will be different. When you get better at prospecting, that number will get smaller. But it's an easy number. If I know I have to speak to 10 people, it doesn't matter if they say yes or no. It doesn't matter if they set the dog on me. It doesn't matter. I know I just have to get through 10 people a month, because statistically 2 will say yes, right? And that's the number we worry about. Get merchandise. This is about being professional. People aren't going to trust you if you arrive there looking unprofessional. If you say, oh, I've got the best business in the world. You don't even have business cards. You don't even have a notepad. You don't even have a pen. You really think it's the best business in the world? You haven't even spent a cent on merchandise, my friend. Get out of my office. You're here on a hope. Right? Start living this business, because you have to start developing belief in this business that you're representing. We've got notepads. They're not shown here. 25 Rand. So if you don't want to spend money, at least get the notepads. 25 Rand's got the DuePoint logo, and it lets you do notes. You can draw circles for the people, showing them how much money they can earn. Right? But most important is business cards. And unfortunately, the business cards are the most expensive thing there. But you get 500 professionally manufactured business cards. These are tools for your business. Join our Facebook page. We're very active there. Subscribe to YouTube, all our videos, the live stream. Right? So when you press play, when you tell people, sit down for an hour and watch this presentation, it's going to be through YouTube. Right? Very important platform. Download the mobile app that runs on your smartphone. It tells you exactly what's happening in your channel. It is your business tool. It says you're either connecting quality people or not quality people. Your channel is growing or it's not growing. You're making money, more money than last month, or your money's gone down from last month. It allows you to assess and analyze your business constantly, right? So make sure you download that. Onto the rewards program, the cherry on top here at DuePoint, because there's even more benefit that you can derive out of DuePoint over and above your monthly recurring income. All right? So when your channel starts to grow, we reward you when you reach certain milestones in the business, right? You get to what we call rank up in the business. So how does it work? There are 2 things that you need to rank up. You need XP and you need channel size. So in other words, products in your qualified channel. To get to rank 1, you need 1,000 XP. You can do that in 35 minutes, actually, probably 30 seconds. 1,000 XP is easy. You need 4 products in your qualified channel. When you meet those 2 criteria, you become rank 1. And on top of your recurring income, we give you an extra 55 Rand to say, well done, you are now rank 1. You are on the rewards board. Right? And as your channel starts to grow and as you start collecting more XP, we give you XP for everything. Right? Everything. You start to rank up. There are much bigger rewards waiting for you. There's a 20,000 Rand check, a 50,000 Rand check. We had a couple of pensioners come pick their 20,000 Rand check up earlier, late last month. 20,000 Rand check on top of their recurring income. We give tools to our wealth engineers. So at rank 5, fancy little USB stick, all our video collaterals on there. It helps you connect more easily. At rank 7, we talk about the importance of creating first impression, to always be professional. At rank 7, we get business cards manufactured for you that cost us 12,500 Rand to manufacture one set. Because there's no ink, there's only gold on these business cards. They're 4 times thicker than any other card. You can go look at them in the merchandise cabinet. You can see they look like bars of gold sitting there. So when you sit down at a meeting, you're the most important person at the meeting. Everyone's listening to you. They want to find out what DuePoint's all about. At rank 9, our first recurring reward, this is where we take you and your family, your whole family, even if you don't love your spouse so much. Take the whole family to our rank 9 international conference every single year for the rest of your life. We fly you and your family business class there and back, 5-star luxury resort for 7 days, all expenses paid trip, every single year for the rest of your life. Think about that. We've had people do this, get to rank 9 in 5 months. Think about that. That's the record, right? 5 months. From watching the presentation on his laptop 5 months later, he was earning over 20,000 Rand, was ranked 9, 1,000 people in his business in 5 months. That's the record. Records are made to be broken. You get to decide if you want to try break the record or not. It is up to you. Take a look at our last trip. This is the Western Turtle Bay in Mauritius, and it's available for every person sitting in this room and watching us on the live stream.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
That's for everybody in the room. Did you picture yourselves there? Take your shoes off, put your feet in the sand. Just feel the sand in your toes. Right? Like I said, someone did it in 5 months. Patrick Pumi did it in a year. Some of the other wealth engineers did it in 2 years. Some did it in 2.5 years. You get to decide how long you want to take. We don't reset you to 0. You don't start again at the end of every year. This is a journey for you to embark on. Every month you can get to closer to any point that you want to get to at DuePoint. 2 ranks later, we spend 250,000 Rand buying you a brand new car. No debit order at the end of the month for you. DuePoint is about killing the debit order. Right? So by rank 11, you're going on holiday overseas with your family every single year. You're driving a car around with no debit order at the end of the month, even though petrol might be costing you 10,000 Rand a month by that stage. But this is the journey. We're at rank 11. Our program goes up to rank 28. The next 25 years, we mapped it out already. We mapped it out, right? Then we've got our national encounters. So we've got 2 national encounters left. We've already done 3 of them. So the 2 left are Bombela and Cape Town. This is opportunity for you to, wherever you are in the country, to grow your channel nationally. Well, at least in these 2 destinations. So the Western Cape and Mpumalanga, you've got opportunity. If you know anyone in these provinces, you make a list, you phone them, you invite them to these business seminars that we're going to give on these days in these destinations. If you don't know anyone in those provinces, you find someone that you think knows someone who lives in those provinces, and you make a list and you phone the list. Some people will say no, some people will say yes. Out of the people that say yes, they want to go, only half of them will arrive. And out of the bunch that arrive, half of them will join. And now suddenly you've got a channel in different parts of the country. No expense to you. So make sure you see the dates, you see the destinations. Go onto our website, click on events, and register yourself and as many guests as you can to these destinations, to these national encounters. These are opportunities. This is what wealth creation looks like. This is what the work looks like. It's a list. That's all it is. It's a list and a phone call. You don't have to go to university for 5 years and come out looking for a job. So my invitation to you guys is come join us at DuePoint. Not a hobby, not a New Year's resolution. It's a business designed to change lives. To change lives, to build wealth. You want a bigger house? Start working. You want to stop taking public transport? You want your own car? Start working. You want 2 houses? Start working. It's a list. It's a phone call. If you want to change your life, this is what it looks like. We've designed this business so that it's accessible to everybody. What that means is that you don't have excuses. That's what it means. You can't come to me and say, I couldn't do it. Because everyone can do this business. We've got pensioners doing this business. We've got 18-year-olds doing this business. We've got people with no work experience doing this business. We've got students doing this business. Do it. Commit to it. That is my invitation. I want people in this room to be wealthier this December. There's only 8 weeks left. In 8 weeks, you can do a lot. You can be wealthier this December than you were last December. That's the aim. Every month, just build a little bit. Build a little bit. Build a little bit. In 10 years' time, you're not going to recognize the person sitting here today 10 years ago. But I know that only a small percentage are going to do it. But I'm willing to support every single person. So that is my invitation to you. If there's something you don't understand, ask. If there's something you don't understand, go onto YouTube and watch the training videos. Watch the videos so that you know our business back to front. All right. So good luck. I wish everyone prosperous 8 weeks. Prosperous 8 weeks when the children are looking at you going, I need school shoes, I need uniforms, I need new textbooks. You're like, I bought you school shoes 2 months ago. What's going on with your feet? All right. So good luck. Come chat to me if you want to know anything else. Thank you.